Hi, everybody. Welcome to Petra's Happy Place. How's everybody doing today? Thank you for joining me. If you're new to my channel, I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments section how you found me. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and sharing some time with me. I am here in my yarn room, and I have got my, a cup of tea. It's in my happy place, right? And I brought in the tea that I am drinking. It is Tiesta Tea Ginger Sweet Peach. Yum. It tastes so good. I am getting to the point where I really like ginger. That is it's such a punch, and I like that. It's a punch. And with that sweet tea, it's like, let me take a sip. And look at that pretty pink color. I love it. Okay, so I've got quite a bit to talk about today. And so let me, I talked about the tea, that I had that on my table. So the next thing I want to talk about is there were two people who never got back to me about the free pattern. So I've drawn new names. And the winner of a winter stripes sweater is Kathleen. Mama Kathleen, if you will please email me, and it's in the description box below, my email address, and I'd appreciate that. And also for the easy side to side sweater is Verna Bradshaw. Thank you. Thank you so much for wanting that sweater. So they are yours. Miss Jeannie already sent me the patterns. And so all you got to do is email me and I will get those right out to you. Okay. So again, winter stripes sweater goes to Kathleen. So Mama Kathleen, and the easy side to side sweater goes to Verna Bradshaw. Okay. So I've got some finished projects. I'm so excited. I've got some finished things. I didn't think I was going to finish anything, to tell you the truth, because I just feel like I have too much. And then look, I'm sitting here throwing stuff right in front of your face and not showing it to you. I got to move it out of the way. Okay, so the first thing I have to show you is I don't know what happened to the yarn. I know I had some more because I left enough to put a trim on the bottom of this light salmon color, and I don't know where it went. I had a ball about this big. Can't find it anywhere. It probably rolled under something, and I've looked everywhere. I cannot find it for the life of me. So I had to find a different color, and I think I found the perfect color to go with this. So this is the little dress that I was making for Mr. Happy's grandniece. Ta-da! Isn't it adorable? I love it. I love it. Isn't it just the most precious thing? I really would have liked to have made it about another 2 inches longer, but I think it's so stinking cute. And I love the green. Isn't it pretty? Now, I love that work. And see, I had enough of this color right here to put on the bottom, but I think this works out just as nice. So I think it's cute. It looks like grass, doesn't it? It looks like grass and then some colors, some flowers. It looks so pretty. The only thing I've got left to do is I want to sew like a pretty little button on the back. And so it'll, oopsies, it'll just come together like that in the back. Isn't it adorable? You know what? That wouldn't even be so bad as a front. So a twofer. It's a twofer. So I finished that dress. Now, I want to send it to her so badly right now, but I don't want to do that until I have another one made for the older daughter, because there's 2 girls, right? This one's for the little one, and she's 4. And so I want to make one for the older one who is 6. Yeah. So I've got to make a bigger one. So it's going to take a little bit more time. But I don't think I'm going to do this stitch. Although I love this stitch, it was more than a little time consuming. It was that moss stitch. And it's just so gorgeous. Love it. Okay. Then I pulled out a project from my Area 51. Can you believe it? Do you guys remember those? It was a shiny purple, the silvery purple, and it was a fingering weight yarn. And I had gotten 2 front panels, and I was about not even a quarter of the way through the back panel. And I have been racking my brain, and people had put in suggestions of what I could do. But what I decided to do, you ready? I just made a wrap. I just put the 2 panels end to end, and it's a wrap. It's a short wrap, but it's a wrap. What do you think about that? And I have so much yarn left over. I have all of that left over. That is enough to double up and make a nice summer tee, or, a little short sleeve sweater, something, I couldn't be happier. I finally finished something from that Area 51 back there, and I really do like this. It's just a nice little purple wrap. Of course, you can do it all kinds of ways. Put a shawl pin there, and, different ways you can wear it, but so glad I'm done. And you can hardly see. I mean, you can see where I seamed it together, but it's not very noticeable. But I love the pattern. It's a herringbone. I want to say it's a herringbone double, but it might be a herringbone single. I can't remember. But it's a herringbone stitch. So I'm done with it. Yay, 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 yay. Okay. Now, designer of the month. I don't know if you will recall, but we are doing Knot Yourself Out. Her name is Sonia from Knot Yourself Out. She has an Etsy store, and she mainly does shawls, ponchos, things of that nature. She doesn't delve too much into not shawls, excuse me. Well, shawls / wraps, ponchos, things like that. And you all have been so good about letting me know what you're working on. I was doing this pattern. I'm going to pull it up on my tablet and see if I can't show you what it looks like. It is called the Blue Easy Wrap Shawl. And let me go here to the back page. Like that. So that's what it looks like on the pattern. Okay, that's what it looks like. Mine doesn't look like that. I mean, it's the exact pattern, but I used a a yarn that was this yarn. Okay, this is the Big Twist Reverb. Trying to get it to focus. Let's see here. Can I get it to focus? Here we go. The Reverb. And I used how many cakes? 1, 2, 3, and then about a good half maybe of the fourth one. Okay. And this is what it looks like. Oh, it's huge. Oh, it feels so nice. Oh my goodness. It kind of looks like Southwestern a little bit, doesn't it? It kind of looks like these might be cows. Or the black might be cows or something. I don't know. But it's so neat. And it was fun to work. And I loved it. I used a J, so a 6mm hook with that yarn. And I mean, it is such an easy repeat. And I love it. I love it. And I mean, let me stand up so you can see. Do you see how long it is? I mean, it goes down to my knees. Let's see here. You can wear it like that. You can wear it like a really warm scarf. Hold on. Let me see here. Woohoo. Oh, my word. Oh, like a really warm scarf. So let me tell you, this pattern, again, it's so incredibly easy to follow. She has lots of pictures, and the patterns are $6 a piece for the most part. Almost all of her patterns are $6. Totally worth it, guys. Totally worth it. So if you are working on one of her patterns from Knot Yourself Out, please post it on my Facebook group page, Petra's Happy Place. It's our group, not my group. It's our group. And let me know what yarn you're using. I would love to see all the different ways. See, because like I showed you that pattern, right? And it doesn't look like this. It looks so different, but it's the same pattern. So let me fold this up. So that is my first Designer of the Month project. And I got a fiber in my mouth. Okay, so now what I want to do is show you the next pattern. I just purchased it, and if all goes well, I'm going to start on it tonight. Tonight is Sunday. I need a sip. I'm feeling a bit parched. Okay, so let me pull up the picture. Again, the name of the Etsy store is Knot, K-N-O-T, Yourself Out. And the next one I'm going to be doing is, let me see if I find a big picture. It is a poncho. There we go. It's a poncho. Okay, there we go. It's worked in 2 rectangles and then joined. I think you join them up here at the neck. And I am super thrilled. It calls for a 4-weight yarn. What I'm going to do is I have this, this is from the last time I went to House of Yarn, I bought a lot of this ultra alpaca. Now, it says it's a 4-weight, but it's a very, it's a thinner 4-weight. Okay, it's more like a 3/Aran weight. I've already balled one up, and I've got plenty of yarn for this. So I was thinking about pairing it with a fingering weight yarn, but I think I'm just going to use this with the hook size that is, I don't know if I'm going to use, I don't know if I'm going to use a I might use an I, maybe a J, depending on the stitch pattern. And if I can get away with using a little bit larger hook, it goes faster. It goes faster if you use a bigger hook. Just saying. So I'm thinking that might be a plan, because this worked up, I mean, in a couple of days, working straight, a couple of days. So it goes really fast. It's using a 4-weight yarn. Yeah. Oh, I might use, I don't know. Now I'm questioning myself. Hold on. Maybe I can use one of my cloud cakes. I've got this beautiful blue, which is called, oh my word. I can't tell. I can't see that first word. I can read the blue. I think it says royal blue, but I want to double check. Bold blue, or raw raspberry. And I have plenty of either of those, and those are a 4-weight. I could use those. Those are extremely soft. Yeah, I think I might do that. And save this for a project later on, because this is an acrylic polyester. No, it's 100 polyester. So I could use one of these colors. I got 2 cakes of either one. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm kind of on a blue kick right now. I don't know what I want to do, which one I'm going to do. Tell me in the description, okay? Because the sample that she worked up in the pattern is gray, and it goes with a lot of stuff. But should I do it in the pink or the blue? Tell me in the comment section which one you think I should do. So, okay, knock yourself out. Tell me what pattern you're working on. I'm excited to hear. We got a couple more weeks in the month of March. I'm hoping I'm hoping maybe I can get 2 of these done by the end of the month. I don't know. Maybe I'll do 2 of those ponchos. We'll see. Okay, so what else do I want to talk to you guys about? The only other thing, well, let me get my temperature square. Okay, so I've already shown you my January and February squares. This is how far I've gotten on my March square. And as you can see, because it's got that really dark berry color in there. That is the warmest. That was, let's see, 82 degrees. 82 degrees on the first day of March. Oh, my word. This is just crazy talk. 82 in March. So this square is going to be filled with purples and pinks. I think I'm going to run out of my pinks because I'm going to be using them up in February and in February and March, and instead of just August and September. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So yeah, I'm 3 days shy of being caught up with this, but I do this. I'll sit down and I'll do like a week's worth at a time, and it takes me really no time to do that. So, oh, it kind of goes. Look here, isn't that pretty? That's pretty. Okay, so these 2 squares here are done. Okay, I still have to sew in some ends here, but once I get them done, I am going to go ahead and sew these together. Okay, so I'll know, because I'm going to do January, February, March, to all 3 of those together, and then April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, so that I'll have 3 done at a time. So I'm sewing together as I go. And then by the end of the month, or not the end of the month, by the end of the year, all I need to do is put a border on it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So that is how far I've come on that. Do not ask me. I have not done anything on Mr. Happy's blanket, and I have not worked any on my Bronte Ripple, although I am almost done with that Bronte Ripple. It's just one of those, it's a bigger project, so I have to bring out a big project with me to the living room, and I just haven't done it yet. Guys, if you can tell, my voice is not the same as it was. I don't know what's going on with my voice. I think this is my new norm, how I'm talking now, because after my bronchitis and everything hit, it just seems like I haven't been able to talk right. And it gets to, at the end of the day, sometimes it gets to the point where I'm like just barely whispering. And right now, I'm kind of straining my voice to even talk like this. So I don't know what's going on. The other thing I've been working on is my Tunisian asymmetrical shawl. And my ends are so out of control. But this is how far I've gotten. And I'm thinking, I just want to be done with it. To tell you the truth, I just want to be done with it. I'm going to work on the rest of this, going as far as I can. And I don't know what else I'm going to do. But at this point, let me show you. At this point, it is big enough to be a little shawlette. And I might just leave it like that. Because, like I said, I wanted a project to kind of clear my head. And this is becoming a little too much that I'm just like, okay, I don't want to work on it anymore. And I don't ever want to get to projects like that anymore. That's how Area 51 projects start. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, fiddle dee dee. Okay, so that's all I got to say about that. I wanted to address one thing that I had taught. I've been talking about it, and I got to go back on what I said. I have been trying to design a an asymmetrical shawl using a multicolor and two solids. And I'm not working on it. And I'm frustrating myself. And I'm thinking, I'm not liking it. I'm not enjoying the process. So I am reconsidering something. I have been wanting to design wearables and shawls and things like that. I've been wanting to design stuff because I love making them. But I need to be, God's really teaching me contentment, to tell you the truth. And right now, I need to be okay with not designing. And as much as I've talked about it in the past, I don't think I'm a designer, not yet anyway. I might in a couple years when I have more time, I might decide to do it. But right now, I am not, excuse me, I'm not wanting to design. It's too much. It's too much time away from something that I really want to do. I want to use my crochet in a way that brings me joy, not frustration. And if I have to pick up a project and I know it's going to frustrate me to work on it, I won't even bother picking it up. That's not, to me, what crochet is all about. I'm not a, excuse me, I don't sell my projects. I don't sell them. I gift them or I wear them myself. And there's no time constraint. And I've only got so many hours in a day. And if I can spend, excuse me, 2 hours working on this and enjoying every single second, or trying to figure out the math and trying to design something that may or may not work, that is just, it's just not worth it to me. It's not there. It becomes not therapeutic and it becomes a chore. And I don't ever want to turn my hobby, because that's what it is right now. It's still a hobby. I don't want to turn my hobby into a chore. I hate chores. I hate them. I've always hated chores, and not going to happen. It just won't. So, for those of you that have been like encouraging me, thank you so much for encouraging me to do that. And I hope you understand I just am not in the right frame of mind. To go back to what I had said about that is that God has really been teaching me contentment and being happy. Now, I don't want to say being happy. Being content is different than being happy. Okay, being content means not always looking for more and more and more. A friend of mine just kind of reached out to me and said, "Hey, Hobby Lobbies might be putting out stuff early, on clearance." And I'm going, I'm not going to go there. I'm just not. I know I want more, but number one, I don't need any more. Number two, watching channels that are going to get all the clearance yarns and everything makes me envious which is the opposite of being content. And I don't want that. I don't like that feeling. In fact, I'm looking at my yarns and trying to evaluate. And you know how we've been talking about, doing, finishing up Area 51 stuff. I think I'm looking at my shelves. I've got them in cubes. Okay, I've got my oops. You see back there's cubes, and even in the wire ones, I've got cubes, and I think what I'm going to try to do is work a cube, and what that means is I'm going to try to take whatever's in that cube, and whether they're the same weight, the same colorways, or coordinating colors, or, pairing them up with something else that maybe I've got, like maybe pairing a wool blend with a cotton, or maybe a cotton and an acrylic or something, but I want to work down some cubes to free up space in my cubes, because ideally, I would like to have just one small area. Like I've got here a 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 4 by 5, so 20 cubes. Ideally, wouldn't really want to have more than, say, 25 cubes, and just like have like a couple of them be cotton, and a couple, so that way I can still work those down. But if I need something specific for a project, I can look, and if I don't have it on my shelf, then and only then can I go get more. That is what I would like to do, because when I am in my room and I see all of my yarn, I'm very content. It's when I go out there and I compare myself to others, like so-and-so has way more than I do, or that's such a beautiful yarn. I think I need to get that yarn, or, that's a new dyer I've never heard of. I want to try that yarn. And it just gets to be more than what I should be doing. And so I'm holding myself accountable. And I know I have plans. Next month, I'm going to be going on a vacation. And I know that when I'm on my vacation, I will spend money on in little yarn stores along my journeys. And, so I've already got in my head, how much I will or will not spend. I'll give myself a budget and stay within my budget. And I'm really, really hoping that I can control myself, and in that be content with what I've got. And part of that is just being content with who I am and what I do, and doing what I'm doing right now, and just filming maybe once a week, showing you new designers that you may or may not have heard of before, showing you what I'm doing with the patterns. Speaking of designers, Jeannie, my designer from last month from On the Hook Crochet, she's got a new pattern out, the Silver Springs shawl, and I've already ordered the pattern. I've got it in my Kindle, and I am already got or thinking about the yarn I'm going to use to make myself one of those. That won't take long at all. That little shawlette is just so sweet. Anyway, so yeah, and I encourage you too. If you find yourself just not happy with what you're doing, what do you think it would take to make you be content with where you are, in what you're doing, and with what you have? That's a challenge, isn't it? Okay, so is there anything else? Oh, I know what I do want to talk about. And I'll probably spend here the next 5 or 10 minutes talking about it. I am excited because someone gave me a wonderful idea. And of course, I jumped to from, A to Z within like 15 minutes. And I'm like, Z right now is unattainable. In fact, Z, Y, X, all the way through R, that's not even attainable. But A, B, C is. And I'm going to explain that here in just a second. I have in my past led several women's retreats. I have, set them up for ladies, for all ages, and they were basically for church functions, and I've had as few as say 10 to as many as 30, and I that's part of what I'm passionate about. I am passionate about doing events like that. In fact, there was a time that I wanted to be an event planner. Didn't pan out so much, but anyway, I have been wanting to do something in the yarn community for quite some time. And I know that, I guess it was around 3 years ago. There was one that was being planned up in Niagara, and I had planned to go to that. It didn't pan out because of the pandemic. And then I know Dana from Wanderlust Crochet, she had planned one over in the Northwest, and that was just too far away. And so I've been wanting to do something like that. Now, I want to share with you some of the things that I would do in for a yarn retreat. And what I'm going to do here is put out 2 areas of kind of like my neck of the woods, because I would have to do it closer to me, which is unfortunate. I mean, I can't like just pick up and go to, another part of the country just to do a retreat. But I would love it if I could get at least 10 ladies to join me in this. It would be so fun. It would be amazing. I've already got my notebook, and I've already started, like throwing ideas on the notebook page and trying to see what I wanted to do. And there's one thing that I definitely want to pursue. And that is the idea of trying yarns that you've never seen before. Now, I know in certain parts of the country, or maybe it is where you live, you're not able to get to any local yarn stores, or maybe your place of shopping is Hobby Lobby, or maybe it's just Michael's and Joann's, or maybe it's someplace where all you can do is order from, online stores because you don't have anything nearby. Whatever the case may be, there are other people that are in this community that may have never tried that particular yarn before. Let me give you a for instance. Now, I know Hobby Lobby has tons of yarn. So does Joann's, and so does Michael's. Well, depending on where you are with the Michael's and the Joann's, but regardless, there are some people who have, watched YouTube videos and stuff and would love to be able to try something before they buy it. So let's say, for instance, you've never tried Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. but I happen to have 2 skeins of it. I'm going to take those 2 skeins and bring it to the yarn retreat so those that have never used it before can try it out and see if they really like it. Right? This makes perfect sense, and it also goes for like more luxury yarns. Okay, let's say I've never tried a silk blend yarn, but Jane Doe down the street has a skein of it, and it's been sitting on her shelf, and she wouldn't mind bringing it to the yarn retreat so that maybe I could try it to see if it's something that I would like working with. And if I do, I know now I can go to this location and order it, right? Something like a yarn library. That's kind of what, I had thought about, doing some kind of a yarn truck, where I bring yarns from different places and let if people try things out, and that's the Z. That was the Z. But that's not going to happen. Not anytime soon. So, but at a yarn retreat, starting small like that, maybe you've got a couple different yarns from a specialty shop that people might like to try and see, because they've never heard of that shop before, or maybe they don't understand the content, the fiber content, maybe, so anyway, that would be a big part of a yarn retreat for me. This is what I would like to accomplish. The other thing is I would like to have a yarn retreat within about about an hour's drive, so that we could have a field trip of sorts and go to a yarn store or two and be able to go and touch yarns, feel yarns. If they have a class, to actually participate in a class, talk to the owners, talk to dyers, whatever, be able to go and experience that together. I have found that there are some people we can really learn from in this yarn community that are not a YouTuber. And all it takes is a little bit of effort for us to get together and learn from each other. And so between like bringing in different yarns and maybe going to a yarn store and sitting around talking about yarn, crochet, if you knit, bring your knitting needles, whatever. But I just think it would be an amazing opportunity. The 2 locations that I am thinking about, and I might do both of them or one or the other, I don't know. But one of them is somewhere in Indiana, probably south of Indianapolis. And the other one would be somewhere in Tennessee. I would do Kentucky, but there's not a single yarn store in Kentucky, so that is not going to work. Not that I know of any yarn store. I think somebody mentioned that there was a yarn store in Kentucky, but I have not seen it yet. Anywho, yeah, that is what I'm looking at. So I would love to know what you guys think of that idea. Yeah. And would you or could you even come to something like that? I would like to know that as well. Because I don't want to sit here and plan something for 10 people and me and one other person show up. That would be more than a little bit disappointing. My thought is to find an Airbnb that would house everybody. If not, then I would talk to a couple churches in the area to find out if they have like a camp like facility where we could gather. I'm thinking of doing something fall, spring. I don't want middle of winter is definitely out, and I don't want to do anything in the summer either. Some place where it's comfortable enough for everybody to maybe go for walks and talk and be outside a little bit. Anyway, that's my plan. Once I get more feedback from people, more ideas, I will have like a completely separate video on that, and we can discuss it then. Okay. So that is all I've got to say for today. Thank you again for sticking with me to the end. I really appreciate it. And thank you again, Miss Jeannie, for last month donating all those wonderful, wonderful patterns that you've created, donating them to some of my viewers. I really appreciate that. And again, don't forget to go into my Facebook group, our Facebook group, and let me know what Not Yourself Out pattern you're working on and what you're coming up with. Show me pictures, okay? All right, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, no matter what time of day you're watching. You take care, and remember, God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.